Crazy Stupid Podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if this is your first time watching, we'd love it if you could hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell so that you are aware of when we post things.
I love Vi, but I think that she was lying to herself a little bit because I think she was telling herself that this was about something bigger and this was just about getting revenge.
That girl just wanted to hit something, bro.
She just wanted to get back at Silco. And that becomes clear when, listen, okay. In the council scene, somebody, I can't remember, is like, all right, we got to go down there. And then somebody else is like, well, there's good people living down there too. We can't just do that. And then they all agree. They're like, that's true. Maybe we shouldn't just go down there with a bunch of enforcers and we should try to talk it out. And Vi is angry. She is mad.
She's like, how dare you try to save my people's lives? I'm mad right now.
She was like, y'all need to get down there and F stuff up. I was like, Violet. I don't know if that's her real name. Vi. We're losing sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Vander saw that.
Yes.
I think he knew that, like, underneath it all, the similarities that she has with Silco and even with Jinx is that there is this desire for revenge from the people that have wronged you. And I do think some of it was created out of the inequities that they're living through.
100%.
You know, and I think Vander saw it festered and found itself manifesting in other more interpersonal relationships, which is why he stopped the fight and was trying to stop Vi going through it, because he could see what that kind of revenge can really do to a person.
I also think he saw the impatience, which is like I feel like that's one of her bigger problems too.
Yeah.
And not just her, but like I feel like what was lacking from a lot of the people in the story who were like they wanted change is like a willingness to build it up.
Yeah.
Like what Ekko's done. Like Ekko is building something over time. He's not sitting back and just waiting for things to change, but he's not just running at everything that he can hit and get at. He's building something over time that's more sustainable in the long run. And I think that that's something that is missing from a lot of people in real life. Like all these political conversations that we're having right now with leftists and liberals and the whole online discourse that's getting insane. There's like a lot of impatience and like a desire for things to just happen right now without any actual like building happening from like a lot of people, not all people. Like there's definitely like there are people that are doing the work on the ground and building up movements and doing that work. But like a lot of people just have this anger, justified anger, this anger that is completely justified, and it's making them just want to make things happen right now. And they're not willing to like do the work long term that it takes to build something like that up in a way that is sustainable.
It's also that the type of person that Vander represents is seen as weak, is seen as you're working with the system, which is not something that would benefit us in the long run. Like that is the route that Vander goes, even though it has built something a little bit more long lasting, is seen as, I guess, honestly, like the incorrect way to create something in a progressive manner, you know?
Yeah. And I don't think you don't have to agree with Vander, but I do think calling it weak is incorrect. It honestly reminds me of the way people talk about Angela Davis every election year.
When she chooses to vote, yeah.
Yes. And listen, you can disagree with Angela Davis. Nobody's telling you can't disagree with Angela Davis. That's completely fine. You do not have to agree with the things that she says and does. It's cool. But sometimes it turns into this weird thing where people question
like her credibility.
Yes. I find that so frustrating because I'm like, you guys understand that Angela Davis is of the generation of people who actually did do the revolution.
Yeah.
She saw it. And what happened? Her friends died. Her friends got thrown in prison. Her friends are living in exile. Like, that is what literally happened to her and her peers. Like, she was in prison, okay? It is reasonable for a person who has lived through that experience to not want to rush to that course of action again.
Yeah.
If they see other options available. That is reasonable. That doesn't mean they're not about that action, and that doesn't mean that they're not about all the things that they say, but they've been through it. They've seen it, and they don't have a desire
to jump back into
it and to honestly have all of us jump back into it. You don't have to agree, but the way that people talk about her, I find frustrating.
Yeah, and I think there's a little bit of not lost history, but a lost understanding of the weight in what you're asking for. And I think that's what Vander was trying to get across to Vi of like, listen, I'm not against the revolutions. Like, I literally fought in one. I just don't think you're not recognizing how you're going to have to always carry the weight of the loss. That part, I think, gets left out. And I think Vander sort of represents, in my mind, like a generation that sort of came before us that really pushed through a lot of things, trying to tell us that the weight that they're carrying is harder than it looks. And I think there is some naivete on our end sometimes of like you guys have lost your edge. You've lost your desire to fight the fight now. You've gotten comfortable, and I don't think that's what it always is. No. I think it's like, nah, I've been it, I've seen it, and I'm trying to tell you all, I think you all are glamorizing revolutions a little bit more than it should be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our immediate reactions, our immediate thoughts. We'd love to hear what you all think. Let us know in the comments below. And with that, we want to thank you all again for tuning in, and we will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Peace.